Hello everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. I am just trying to bring you guys up on my iPad. There you are. Hello everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to my afternoon tea time on a card, and I believe this is episode number 38. I'm just going to give it a few seconds for everyone to join me. I can see you guys all hopping on. I'm so glad you're here. So happy New Year's Eve. I can't believe we're going into a new year. I don't know about you guys, but I'm anxious to go into a new year and put this year behind us. Okay, let me bring in the supplies I'm using today. I'm actually making a gift card fold, and I'm using the gift wrap stamp set along with the gift bow builder punch. Now, I made this card that I'm going to show you in a little bit about 2 weeks ago. This bundle was still available then, but it is now sold out. But I know a lot of you guys purchased it because I featured it in my online workshop last month, and a lot of you guys fell in love with it. So for those of you that have it, you'll be able to follow along and create your own card. So this is the front of the card. That's what it looks like. I have some white embossing here that I'm going to do for you. And then when you open up the card, it's got the gift card on the inside, and it pops right up when you open it. So that's what we're going to work on today. And I had actually created this as a Christmas card. I'm going to do the same exact card, but I'm going to use a more of a birthday sentiment, so we can use it for both. I'll keep this one for next year for Christmas. I got a lot of layers. I'm going to actually tell you the designer paper layers as I glue them in place because there's so many little pieces. You can see that I have a vertical and a horizontal on the front. I have two up here, and then I have one on each side. So there's a lot of little strips there. Now this is Balmy Blue 5.5 by 11. We need 3 pieces of Whisper White 5.25 by 4. Now another announcement, our Whisper White, the company that was making Stampin' Up's Whisper White paper, has gone out of business because of COVID, of course. So right now, all of our Whisper White paper is sold out. We have a new company coming, and it's going to be called Basic White. We're just waiting for a shipment to come in. So hopefully you don't run out in the meantime. I know I have quite a few packs remaining, but just know that Whisper White is no longer available until the new shipment comes in from the new company. So again, 3 pieces, 5.25 by 4, a scrap piece for stamping, Misty Moonlight for stamping, just a scrap, and then Balmy Blue 5 by 3 3/4. So the first thing I'm going to do is score and cut my cardstock, and then I'll introduce everything else that I'm using as I bring it out. So I'm going to bring in my Simply Scored. Now this is really easy because there's 3 folds that we're going to create, but you wouldn't even have to write this down. All you have to do is remember that a normal card is 5.5 by 4.25, right? So we're going to score at 4.25. That's the size of our card. So 4.25, you're going to turn this completely around and do a 4.25 again. So now we're left with a little score in the center. Your piece of cardstock is 11 inches long. You're going to do right in half at 5.5. Look how simple. 3 score lines. Now I'm going to go ahead and fold the one in the center. This is going to stay in the center, so you need to fold the opposite way on both pieces that are on the outside. I'm going to flip it over. So it looks like a W when you look at it. Now we're not going to glue anything just yet because we have to make the little notch on the inside for the gift card. For that, I'm using the classic label punch. And for you guys, I just eyeballed it, but if you want, you can always put your little gift card right there. And let me see if I have a pencil. I've got a watercolor pencil that I can probably use here. You can go ahead and center this if you want. Make yourself a little tick mark. Go a little bit wider. So I'm just going to do that just to help you. I usually just eyeball. And then we're going to use the classic label punch. You're punching through both layers right on the score line, on the fold line. And you're going to line that up so you can see my little pencil mark right there. And you're lining up right where the little V, right in the center. So there's the first one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to slide over until I can see that little pencil mark. Now, I guess I want to do a little tip before I do that. Let me grab a piece of white just to make it easier for you guys. Cut one of these out with a scrap piece. And then what you can do to make it easier is add adhesive. I didn't do this on my card, but I'm trying to think of an easy way for you guys. I'm going to line this up right there. And I'm going to use that as a pattern. So now let's see if that'll be a little bit easier. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trace that, but I'm going to move over just a tad up to that blue mark. Now we've got a little ding in the middle. We're going to cut out that little ding. Look how easy that was. And when you open that up, that's what the hole looks like. And that's what your gift card is going to fit in. Now we need to glue this together so that the gift card stays inside. So I'm going to bring in some tear and tape. I'm going to add a piece to each end. And then when you don't want the gift card, when I put it back in, you don't want the gift card to fall through right here. So you're going to add adhesive to the, above the score line. Let me see, where's my end? Okay, so now I'm going to take my bone folder and burnish. And I'm going to take my paper piercer and peel my little backings off. So 3 pieces. And if you stay on the inside of your 2 score lines and do 1, 2, and 3, press that in place. And now you have this that's sealed on the fold. And we can go ahead and add the gift card inside. Look how easy and how quick that was, okay? So now let's go ahead and decorate the inside while I have the inside open. So I'm gonna grab 2 pieces of the Whisper White, and I'm gonna grab 2 pieces of the designer paper, and these are 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So we're gonna glue that. Oh, that's my scrap. I don't want that one. We're going to glue that right on top. I like to put this on first so that if it's a little too long, like right here, I can trim it before I glue it inside my card. Same thing with the next one. We're going to do 2 of these. And let's see, that's going to go right there. I need to trim that one just a tad bit also. Now we're going to glue them to the inside. If I can grab them. So you guys, there's only, we have 6 more days before our new catalogs go live. Now, just a note, I've had quite a few of you guys email me about your catalogs not arriving. They were mailed out at the beginning of the month, and our postal system is just so broken right now that not all of the catalogs have been delivered. So be patient. I know some of you guys have received 1 catalog and not the second one. They should be coming, hopefully. Okay, there's the inside, number 2. Now I'm going to bring in the inks, and today's inks I am using Versamark, Misty Moonlight, and Balmy Blue. So I'm going to go ahead and do the sentiment on the inside. And let's see, what did I want to put on the... Okay, I'm going to use the same one here, but on the inside this time I'm going to put Celebrate in Style. Okay, so my inside is done. Now I just got to do the 2 strips that go on each side of the gift card, and these are 5.5 by 3/4 of an inch, 2 pieces. And as far as the catalogs, on January 5th, I'll be able to add the links for you guys to view it online. That'll be the best I can do until Stampin' Up! Figures out what to do about the ones that were mailed and not received. So be patient. We've had to be patient for 9 months now. I need to trim this just one more time. Okay, look, the inside's all done already, and you can always stamp to decorate this side. I opted not to for now. Now we're going to do the front. So our 3rd piece of Whisper White is going to go on the front of the card. That's going to be centered. Oh, I can see a little piece of designer paper sticking out right there. That's bugging me. There, took care of that. Okay, next we're going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in my scrap. We're going to stamp all of these little bows in the background. And I just kind of did a random thing. And I'm using tone on tone. So I'm going to do Balmy Blue ink on Balmy Blue cardstock. And I just kind of started wherever, and I'm just going to stamp them randomly. I don't want them to be lined up a certain way, so I'm just going to stamp randomly. I need something in the corner right here. Tap, tap, and stamp. Tap, tap, and stamp. Look how quick that was. Okay, now we need to do the little cross piece to create the gift. So I have some pieces here left over. Those are 1 inch wide. I'm trying to use up all of my little scraps of designer paper that I've got. I'm just going to move over about 3/4 of an inch. Trim the end. Same thing with this piece. And I'm going to go down about 1.5 inches, I would say, eyeballing again. Okay, so there's my little crisscross piece. We can go ahead and glue that to the card front. Guess what we're going to use? We're going to use dimensionals, of course. I wanted some height on this layer. So did anyone get any catalogs here that's on right now? I've had a couple people message me that they got their Celebration catalog, but not the mini. Okay, now we're going to create the little tag. That's where the little piece of Whisper White comes in. And I am using the Essential Tag Punch. Now this punch carried over, so it's going to be available after the mini catalog for Christmas expires. Retires, not expires. There's my little tag. I have a little tiny sliver, 1/2 inch wide of designer paper. I'm going to glue that to the bottom. I'm going to trim that. Now, where's my other sentiment? This one says wrapped. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay, where did it go? I showed it to you when I first started. Is it this one? Yes, wrapped especially for you. I'm going to go right above the designer paper. And then I have some bling here from the All the Trimmings Embellishments. And I kind of just started in the center and worked my way out. Let's see how straight we can get these. I like these embellishments because they're really flat, easier for mailing. Okay, there's my little tag. Lastly, we've got the bow to do, which I did with embossing powder. So again, you've seen me use used fabric softener sheet just to take out the static. I'm going to rub that across. I'm going to bring in my bow, my white embossing powder, and my Versamark ink. I'm going to use a different bow image this time. Okay, there's my little bow with Versamark ink. Now I'm going to sprinkle some white powder. Whoops, I just ran my spoon right across that. Okay. Oh, look what I'm doing. I'm going to have to redo that. You know what I did? I got my finger all over it. Okay, strike one. Now, where did I go with my bow? It's right here. You guys are making me nervous. Can you tell? There's my bow number 2. Let's try this again. There, perfect. Now, always remember, I try to remind you guys, always remember to put your cover on your embossing powder before you start your heat tool. I'm going to make a little bit of noise just to do this one. And it's going to turn bright white. Oh, so some of you guys are saying no catalogs. I always mail one to myself too, just so I get a gist of when my customers get them, and I didn't get mine yet, so. And of course, I'm all the way in Maine, so I'm probably going to be the last person to get it. I'm all the way in northern Maine. Okay. There's my little bow. You can see how white and bright and shiny that is. So now we're going to cut that out with the punch. Now I'm going to show you a little trick while I have this. My paper is a little small and I'm having a hard time reaching in there. So I'm going to cut myself a little piece of scrap paper and throw it at you. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit of snail on the end. I'm going to make myself a little handle. That way you can grab onto that piece and feed it in. So it's so much easier to reach with your punch. And there's the bow. Now let me move some of this over. I'm going to go ahead and glue the bow in place first. That way I can tuck the tag where I want it. That's going to go right at an angle. And then the little tag is going to be glued flat. Can you believe it? I'm gluing this flat, you guys. And I'm going to put this right here. And there is my card for today. That was a quick one. I've been busy trying to get ready for the new catalog. I have a lot of things to post that I'm working on. So one card today, and let me open this up so you can see the gift card part of it. And I will pick a name sometime tomorrow to win one of these cards. So Happy New Year tomorrow. Happy New Year's Eve tomorrow. I hope you guys have a good celebration, even if you're home alone like we will be. And I will see you guys again next week, and a new catalog will be live. Have a good week, everyone. Thanks for joining me.